Hello and welcome to Teleislas News, the most relevant and important news of the day.
The public is concerned about the considerable increase in the number of COVID cases, indicating their fear of a possible partial closure of the island.
Due to the increase of the number of COVID-19 infections on the island, and that today the intensive care unit per patient is at 50% of its capacity, the public has indicated its concern about a possible closure of the department. The Secretary of Health stated that this decision depends on the Ministry of Interior and that the public should take extreme care to stop the spread of the coronavirus.
These are decisions that must be consulted with the Ministry of the Interior. Let's remember that we have a decree, although it sounds ugly, to reopen in a secure way the economy, that from the national entity this is directed, and the national entity is the one that must be consulted for closure issue. Here the important thing is that the community has to understand that the COVID has not gone. It is present now and more than ever. We are at a crucial moment. We do not want to return to closing up, and we know that the island depends on tourism. But at the moment that this exceeds our capacity, we do not want to get there. We will be driven or forced to make a partial or total closure depending on the behavior of the COVID.
The departmental government stated that currently there is no legal percentage of ICU occupancy to declare any kind of alert in the archipelago. On the other hand, the head of the health office indicated that some citizens are not coming in for their second dose of immunization.
Make a call to all the community. We have noticed a low influx of people, even though they are scheduling appointments for their second dose. They are not coming to get their second dose. It is extremely important to get their second dose, to complete the scheme to be fully immunized, to avoid suffering the consequences of the COVID.
Currently, 5,552 people have been vaccinated against the virus, and the municipality of Providence has already reached herd immunity thanks to the national vaccination plan.
And during the visit of the Minister of Interior today, the productive initiatives that are promoted on the islands were unveiled.
The Project Bank for Black Communities is one of the initiatives that stands out within the project of the Ministry of the Interior, where the Minister of the agency, Daniel Palacios, also delivered a boat with equipment for artisanal fishing to the organization Socioeconomical Progress, Recovery and Transparency Association, which was a beneficiary of the Bank of Black Afro-Colombian Rights and Palenquero Communities project of the Ministry of the Interior.
We delivered a boat for more than 150 million pesos to organizations engaged in fishing. We will continue to promote these productive activities as part of the economic reactivation processes that the national government has proposed for the island.
This productive artisanal fishing project will benefit 32 fishermen and their families living on the island. The financing from the Ministry of the Interior amounted 145 million pesos. Likewise, Minister of the Interior Daniel Palacios Martinez signed an interinstitutional agreement with the SENA for 2,000 million pesos financed through the Emprender Fund, productive initiative of women of San Andres and Old Providence.
A través de 2,000 millones de pesos beneficiaremos.
Through 2 million pesos, we will benefit women who present business projects. Today, in this project that the President has put in place to promote the orange economy and promote entrepreneurship in the communities, with this agreement that we have made through the SENA, we hope not only to benefit women but also to generate businesses, generate employment, and above all continue to promote the culture of entrepreneurship in the country.
With this initiative, the national government expects that 60 new businesses will be created on the island and 64 formal jobs will be generated. Each business project will have a funding of up to 120 million as said capital. The call is now open for the entrepreneurs woman.
And the port captain made some clarifications regarding the upcoming 2021 hurricane season and said that they will be doing the pertinent monitoring to safeguard lives.
After the statement issued by the MAR, where the community was informed about the arrival of 17 tropical storms, 8 hurricanes, and 4 hurricanes of higher category between 3 and 5 for this 2021 year tropical cyclone season, the captain of port gave additional statement and called for calm.
Si bien el comunicado de la Universidad Estatal de Colorado,
although the communique from The State University of Colorado in the United States is a technical document. It does not have to generate panic in the community. The Colombian state, through the Maritime General Direction, has installed a national marine meteorological system with a network for measuring oceanographic parameters and marine meteorology that allows permanent monitoring of the Colombian coast and seas.
The captain assured that he will be working hand-to-hand with the National Unit of Risk and Disaster Management and IDEAM to maintain security and pertinent prevention during the 2021 hurricane season.
En conjunto con la Unidad Nacional de Gestión.
Together with the National Unit for Risk and Disaster Management, in collaboration with the IDEAM, the respective communiques will be issued to mitigate the risk and prevent it.
Also, the port captain stated that the technical support information will be provided so that the Governor's Office and Mayor's Office of Old Providence can take preventive measures when necessary.
The Green Chamber of Commerce invites entrepreneurs of San Andres, Old Providence, and Santa Catalina to strengthen their sustainable projects that have a positive impact on society and the environment.
The deadline to participate in this initiative is April 19 at 8 p.m. The 3 finalists will win a mentoring program offered by consultants and allied organizations of the Green Chamber.
The Green Chamber of Commerce is currently calling for entrepreneurs from San Andres, Old Providence, and Santa Catalina to send us their green business ideas to support the reconstruction of the islands after the devastating Hurricane Iota. All you have to do is send us a 2-minute video with your pitch to info@camaraverde.org, telling us how your green business is a sustainable business and how it can help support the reconstruction of the islands.
The Green Chamber of Commerce of Colombia, the first green chamber in Latin America and supported by the U.S. Green Chamber of Commerce, offers as a part of the mentoring program an opportunity for new entrepreneurs to access the information needed to grow their business in a sustainable way, helping them to position themselves to potential consumers and define how to digitalize, transform, and identify financial resources to support the growth of the business. By receiving mentoring, they will be able to more clearly define the priorities, identify the actions that will enhance your growth, and implement the strategies that will produce the environmental and social impact you seek.
And now we continue with all the information from the municipality of Providence and Coralina. In his visit to the archipelago, the Minister of the Interior, Daniel Palacios, was also on the island of Old Providence visiting the projects that are under the responsibility of his portfolio.
The construction of a secluded center park and the reconstruction of the fire station, police station, and 2 administrative buildings are part of the projects by the Ministry of Interior in Old Providence.
From the Ministry of Interior, we are working with the police station and the fire station. The police station in Old Providence will not only be rebuilt, but will also have a new adaptation, a new housing, auditorium where it will be one of the most modern police stations in the country.
The minister announced the launching of a new police strategy called Transformational Tourism Police. The archipelago will be used for this pilot project.
In Old Providence, we will have a new police uniform, and we will also adapt a more modern surveillance system where the police will have 4-wheelers and will have a more touristic police. We have chosen San Andres and Old Providence as one of the pilot sites for the transformation of the National Police.
Regarding the fire station in Old Providence, today they received a new fire truck.
The fire station that is also being rebuilt will receive today the delivery of the new fire truck for Old Providence. It had been a commitment to deliver it in the first 100 days of the reconstruction, and we are delivering it in that period of time.
It is expected that the delivery of the new secluded centers will take place before the month of August.
And with 9 votes from the councillors at the Board of Directors of Coralina, the National Navy was officially recommended to totally desist from the project of the construction of the maritime traffic station in the sector of Old Town.
Since early hours this morning, the different members of the Board of Directors of Coralina met at Camp Dignity next to the Fisherman Co-op, where the different concepts for and against the project for a maritime traffic station in Old Providence were presented. During the afternoon, 9 of the councillors voted in favor of a proposal to ask the Navy to desist of the project completely.
para que el Consejo enviara un oficio de recomendación a la Armada Nacional para desistir del proyecto a raíz de la situación social y rechazo por parte de los pescadores artesanales y los raizales.
Much of the decision was defined based on a concept by the Municipal Secretariat of Planning, which reported that the project was not in accordance with the land use planning scheme. Due to this concept on part of municipal administration and the administrative follow-ups that were made to the environmental concept that had been granted to the Navy, it was decided to recommend that project be abandoned.
And with the aim of exalting ancestral knowledge, the Bank of the Republic will conduct a workshop on the tradition of catboats.
The Bank of the Republic will conduct through Google Meet a workshop on art and memory, sculpting traditional knowledge. This is aimed at children and youth population with the support of adults. During the workshop, there will be talks about catboats, sailboats that are traditionally made in the islands of San Andres, Providence, and Coralina as a fundamental element for the children to play.
A workshop will be conducted from April 12th to the 17th from 2 o'clock in the afternoon through Google Meet. This activity will be guided by one of the last sculptors on our islands, Germán Correal, who had the privilege of learning from other builders to sculpt, build houses and boats at the time when it was very common to sculpt wood. It is a technique that continues to be taught in other countries as an ancestral knowledge. We will have the privilege of having an event that allows us to learn.
During this workshop, participants will learn how to make a catboat. For this reason, participants will have pieces of wood, waterproof fabric, and piercing hooks.
A work inspired by the archipelago of San Andres is being actioned. This piece of art belongs to a plastic artist based on the island, Aurea Oliveira.
The work reminding the past home bay of the plastic artist Aurea Oliveira will be participating in the virtual auction of the National Museum. It is to emphasize that this work was chosen to be cover of a recognized cultural magazine.
La obra que va a ser subastada en el Museo Nacional.
The work that will be auctioned at the National Museum is titled Reimagining Past. This is a series and we are reimagining the past in Sound Bay Beach. These are memories of when I arrived on the island. This painting is a call for attention. It is a painting that is a little idyllic. It is a memory of the islanders and their quality of life as they lived before the tourism process.
On the other hand, another painting by the artist Aurea Oliveira together with the artist Manuel Bosese was exhibited in Santa Marta.
La obra que está en Santa Marta.
The work that is in Santa Marta is part of a convocation made by the Bank of the Republic, which is called Regional Image 9, which was convened in 2019. Bosese and myself were selected. These works of ours are representing the archipelago in Santa Marta in the Gold Museum of the Bank of the Republic until June.
Those interested will be able to visualize the work throughout a guide tour throughout the YouTube channel of the Cultural Bank of the